It's just after 9 p.m. Thursday evening. Brian was off today, but he said, "Ma, can you watch the little guy about 2 o'clock? I have some guy coming over." I said, "Yeah, sure." In California, they have some kind of deal going on with solar power that I'm not sure which month, what date the deadline is, sometime in beginning of April, where if you get solar panels and things after that, then you're charged extra fees or this or that, or I don't know what the deal is. Some kind of thing that they passed. They, as in the utility companies, I think. And so people that are having their solar panels updated or whatever have like a deadline in which to do it without having a big rigmarole. So Brian's talked to 3 different companies. Today was the 4th. And the salesman guy was about my age. And he's learning as he goes, because this kind of stuff wasn't in our lives when we were young. So Brian and this guy were talking and running numbers and figuring out stuff. Brian's done a lot of the legwork. He has, square footage and electric use, etc., etc. He knows all of that stuff. He's had it written down for a long time. I'm so glad that he's on it. On it like a carp on it. And I wouldn't be able to understand that stuff at all. But, so I watched Little Guy. We came over here a couple times. He likes my cuckoo clock. He likes to play with the kitty. And he loves to sit at the keyboard and run the different rhythms. He likes salsa. And wiggling and jiggling, and he knows the button to turn on and turn off the accompaniment. He knows the volume button, the lever, and he loves to crank it up. I'm constantly pulling the volume down. And he was having a good time, and then he kind of got bored and he wanted to get down. But this place is a mess, and I didn't want him getting hurt, and I didn't really feel like running after him all the time. On their side of the door, there's lots of toys, and it's just safer. This room it's so small, I have to pack everything in there. And I had some scissors sitting out and a pen. First thing he went to, scissors, pen, and a screwdriver. One of those electronic ones, little ones. Like, gotta be really, really quick. Watching him has really improved my reflexes, I can tell you. Things are growing and growing out here. I mean, more traffic and more traffic. More people. I don't like it, but I am very blessed to be able to live here. Could be worse. I could be all by myself, not affording to live with snow outside and having no heat. Yeah, my life's frame of reference, I used to be pretty conservative. I wasn't old enough to vote for a long time until I left home. I think back then you had to be 21. Then they lowered it to 18. So I wasn't old enough to vote till I left home. So I was pretty conservative. And when I left home, and the circumstances that I had were I worked and I handed my paycheck over to my husband. That's the way it was. That was before direct deposit. Oh, thank God for direct deposit. But still, he wanted money, he wanted this, he wanted that. And I was like a slave, and I would have to go apply for help. And I'd be standing in line for an hour in the cold to be told I made $2 too much. So my frame of reference was being beaten into a different shape, as was I. And that is why I think and act and do the things the way I do now. Had I fallen for some guy that was ultra conservative and had a good job and had money and We got a house together and everything was like mom and pop should be in the America. I may still be pretty conservative. But because my life took the turns that it did, I'm the way that I am. I am not apologizing for it. I'm just telling you, if people wonder, like my brother calls me hippy dippy. He stayed conservative. He found a girl that was from a wealthy family. And there were some times that they kind of had to struggle a little. But he didn't demand anything of her, the wife, and she certainly wanted things a certain way, and they're still pretty conservative. They live down in Georgia. And he calls me hippy dippy, and I don't think he really likes me anymore. That's too bad. He's 6 years younger than I, and I didn't really get to know him. I was like in a whole nother world. So much has happened to me over the years. It's incredible. I got a new umbrella today. This one is a Totes. 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 And hopefully it will last. It cost me $21 for this sucker. The other one is still in a crumpled mess on the floor. The other one was a Yeezy. I think it was Easy, ZZ, I don't know, something like that. They advertised them on Facebook. It was a POS. Too bad. It was nice. It was yellow and bright. The one I have now is kind of medium blue, and on the inside, you can see little flowers all over the place, which is kind of cool. I wanted bright, 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 but all the bright colors were already sold out. I also got battery charger for the leaf blower. And I already made like a little container. A little box. That's the box it came in. But I made like a little thing because I put a hook out in the garage that I'm going to hang it and the leaf blower on so that it will be there together. Let's see, those two things. What else? Oh, I got a replacement fish for the kitty cat that flops. Except the replacement fish, the motor inside it just isn't. It isn't up to par with the old one. But the old one, where the tail part that flaps is attached to the motor part, is broken right in there. I might be able to Frankenstein it. In other words, I might be able to take the old motor and the new tail and put them together. I don't know. But if I can, then he will enjoy his fish again. The other one I can just stuff full of catnip and let him play with it when he wants to. I don't know. I had meatloaf, mashed potatoes, and corn for supper. And I made caramel corn with a bag of popcorn. And then we made the caramel mix in a pan on the stove and poured it on the popcorn and made caramel corn, or actually butter toffee corn. And I ate it all. I'll probably drink 2 or 3 glasses of water and go to bed, only to wake up every couple hours to go to the bathroom. Kitty cat's up there on the top. How long have I talked? Too long, I'm sure. Oh, 8 minutes something or other. Well, tomorrow's Friday. Brian works, Ashley's at home. Little man got a haircut. She took him to Great Clips, I think. And whoever did his hair cannot cut curly hair. He's got kind of wavy curly hair. And whoever cut it did not do a very good job. I hope it didn't cost too much. I used to cut Scott's hair. Scott has really curly hair. Brian's is wavy like mine. I can kind of cut wavy. But I used to do the kids' hair when they were little. And then I got a pair of those electric clipper things, and I gave the kids white walls, Back before it was popular. The fade up into the thicker hair. That's kind of what they had before it was popular. Oh, golly. I need to really take care of the health thing. Maybe I can do it tomorrow. At least 10 calls a day I get from people trying to sell me health stuff or end of life expenses or something. And they did have me in the middle time zone, Central Standard Time. So when it would be 8 o'clock in the morning there, 6 here in the morning, they would call me starting at 6 o'clock. I had to tell them, I don't live in the Midwest anymore. That's a real pain in the ass. Stop calling me. Well, I got a wild hair up my butt yesterday. They call all the time. All the time. So I thought, well, I'm going to mess with them. So I go, hello. And they go, hello, how are you today? And I say, not very well. And they click, hang up. And I got one yesterday, automated. It said something about, my name is Jonathan and blah, 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 blah. And we have this program for you for Medicare supplement, blah, 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 blah. And how old are you? I said, 112. And the computer goes, no. I said, how old are you? And I said, 112. No. And then I said, 32. You do not qualify. Click. So today, someone called with a different area code. I guess they've got me in the Western time zone now. A nice kid, though. He was a nice kid. And I feel bad for wasting their time when they're really nice. This kid was a nice boy. His mommy raised him well. I said, pronto, which is how Italians answer the phone, which means ready. I'm ready to talk to you. And he says, pronto. He says, come stai oggi? How are you today? I didn't expect that. I said, così così. E tu? Grazie. He goes, yeah, so-so. And you? Thank you. And he goes, bene, grazie. And he says, you speak Italian? And I said, sì, solamente un po'. Only a little, only a little. And I said, di dove? I said, where are you? What region, what area, where are you? And he says, Los Angeles. I said, oh, cool. And it was more like I wanted to talk to this kid. And he realized that he wasn't going to get nowhere. So he says, he said it in Italian. He was very polite. He said a nice goodbye to hang up. So his mommy should be proud of him. He has very good phone etiquette, not like all the rest of these weenies out there. And I know they get commission if they make a sale or whatever. If they get you to sign up, they get a commission by the company that you sign up with, apparently. Like Aetna or Blue Cross or whomever. I have all the information. I just want to call the Medicare people myself. Instead of having them call me, I want to call them to make sure that I'm calling the right place to go forward with it. All the other things I have pretty much accomplished. I do have to make a will, and I do have to do the final life expense thing. I don't want anyone sticking me in a box in the ground. There's nothing fantastic that they're going to find in 100 years digging me up. Cremation is the most sensible way, and if I can be part of the soil that grows trees in a forest, which is what I was thinking of doing, that's only $3,000. And that's pretty much what the basic cremation funeral type thing is right now. So I thought, that's probably the way I should go. I just have to get it all together. I think I can pay for it up front instead of installments. They all want you to pay installments because they make money doing that. They make a percentage each time. And I'm sorry, but if I want to be ready, I want to be ready lickety-split. Apparently there was a 4.2 earthquake. I don't know where, somewhere near Los Angeles, in the middle of the night, a night and a half ago, whatever. I didn't feel anything. I have not been sleeping well for the last 2 or 3 nights, as my friend Sue The Real Brits of New York. She said she has the last 3 nights, she's just kind of been like half awake. That's the way I've been. I don't know if it's the world's turning around or whatever it is. Apparently the Earth had a reverse polarity, or there's something. I can't remember what it is. I have to look it up, and it might take me a while. There's some kind of natural phenomenon that just happened this week, and that might be cause of it. It might be. So, Sue, don't worry about it. It's the Earth's deal going on. We'll be fine. Oh, God, what a mess. When you live in a really small space, anything out of place, it looks like a tornado came through. And it usually looks like that if I'm doing anything. Whether it's drawing, painting, sewing, anything. Any project. It gets nasty. The kitty cat's up there. He wants... I see his little head up there. So, I'm sorry this is so long. Oh my God, 16-something minutes. Oh my God. Well, I'm going to toast to you, my lovely friends. That's Spencer in a kilt up there, if you're wondering. Up yours? What kind of toast is that? Here's to you, my friends. What the hell? Upward and onward. That's where the up came from.